Today guys, you join us down at SGGT. We are looking for a new wood for Dave. Should we go for a 7 wood? Should we go for a 9 wood? These are two popular clubs that a lot of people are talking about, and we don't know if he needs one in his bag. But let's hand you over to Dave and Lawrence now. Let's see how it goes.
So we've had a look at Dave's 6 hybrid that he's got at the moment, and we're just going to see what we can do to encourage something a little bit longer than that. Try and get that sort of 165, 170 carry mark, which Dave said he's been struggling with a little bit. Hopefully we'll still maintain a good land angle for you, get some good sort of, at that distance we still want an attacking golf club, right? So we want that club to
my problem has always been that I don't get enough spin, but I do need the landing angle. So.
Yeah. So if you can't get the spin, you do need the trajectory to stop the ball. So we've got a few different options. We're going to start with a couple of fairway woods. So we're going to go and try some 7 and 9 woods today. First of all, we're going to start with a Wilson Dynapower Max 7 wood.
Okay.
I know where we've been before in that TPT shaft.
Yep.
Just going to go into a shorter 7 wood shaft here, and we're going to go in the Acra GX 100. It was very good in the previous generation when we tried the TPT and the driver and so on. So this is just a new iteration of that.
Okay.
It's just because we've got it in an appropriate length for you as well. How's the golf been, Dave?
Mixed.
Mixed?
Handicap's been coming down slightly, but I've had a bad end to the season, really.
Okay.
It's gone back up a little bit. Not massively, but more than I wanted it to, really.
Okay. So we'll use this head as our sort of like set head to the start bit. So we're going to try a few different shafts and stuff, see where we get to in shaft first, and then we'll try all the other heads after that, and then we can tweak all the lofts from there. So if we just go and see where we're at.
Okay.
So I'll just put that in TrackMan. Played 7 woods before and 9 woods and stuff?
No.
No? What's the sort of the weakest wood you've gone into? Or have you always gone hybrids as far down as you feel comfortable?
5 woods.
5 woods?
Yeah, I've played 5 woods before.
Okay. So sort of like 18 degrees?
Yeah.
How have you got on with those?
Don't mind them, but I've always been able... It's strange because they don't seem that much different, but I've always been able to hit hybrids better than fairway woods. Don't know why.
Length, weight, there's lots of little bits and pieces that are different between the two styles of club.
Like that.
Okay. You try and do anything different with this?
Yeah, I'm trying to hit more down on it, but I don't know whether that's the right thing.
You don't want to necessarily hit like overly down on it. You're still only 0.8 down, so it's not like you're massively descending into the golf ball. But what we do want to do is just try and keep it nice and smooth, and just try and almost use the belly of the club just to slide across the floor.
Okay.
That's nice.
Better.
Nicely done. How does that feel to you?
That feels smooth. Feels a little bit heavier than I was expecting, if I'm honest.
As a total golf club?
Yeah.
Okay. Right, so let's just have a look and see whether we can just... I'm going to try something a little bit longer, so same shaft but just a fraction longer for you.
Okay.
What's the reasoning behind the longer shaft?
Just to see if we can help Dave just get to the bottom of the ball a bit easier. It'll change the dynamics of the club as well, so making it a little bit longer will make it play a little bit more upright.
Okay.
So might see whether that changes sort of the impact location as well.
Well, I like that one.
So just a little bit easier for you to get the club down to the bottom of the ball. Lie angle as well, just help that start line a little bit. There's that 175, 42 land. So it's actually landing steeper than your 6 hybrid.
Do you know, he knows what he's doing, doesn't he?
Every now and then a blind squirrel catches an acorn, Dave. Yeah, so that's pretty good. Like first off the bat, you know, it's just one shot, but that little bit of length just looked to be a little bit easier for you to deliver as well.
Yeah. Off balance, but it's gone.
Again, great ball speed, good height, good carry distance as well in that 170 mark.
Yeah.
Like really good. How does the shaft feel though?
it actually feels lighter than the other one, even though it's longer, and I don't know why that'd be, but...
So it's an identical shaft, so that it's the Acura GX
feels...
100 fairway series.
Well, I thought it would be, but
it
just feels...
It's just, it may just be the balance, how it feels in your hand, how it feels when you're moving it through the air, maybe just not as firm because it's not as short. There's lots of things that you might feel that aren't necessarily right or wrong, they're just, we've got to work off what you feel as well, and then look at the numbers. But interesting, right?
Wow.
We've added that 1/2 inch and strike's just massively improved, you know.
That's unreal.
If you carry on this way, Chris won't be using a grass cutter for a long time. Right, but we've got good height, we've got good land angle, we've maintained a good amount of spin, and also start line's been better as well.
Yeah.
That good strike before, because the length was potentially a little bit short for you in the standard 7 wood for us, it's just going to hit it a little bit right. So a little bit longer, squared you up, really good shaft to start with. Right, let's try something. So we're in the 18 high in the driver in the TPT, so we're going to try that again in the 5 wood length shaft.
Okay.
Got on well with this one?
That shaft? Yeah, brilliant. Unbeatable. Although everybody does have a pop about it being really whippy. You know, when you lend, somebody says, "Oh, I like the look of that," and you'll lend it and they say, "It's like a fishing rod, is this?" And I'm like, "Well, give it a try, see what you think."
Exactly. Doesn't matter what it does or what it looks like, it's what it does, right?
Scottish Paul always says that. That felt better than the previous one.
Really nice. Again, great ball speed, really nice descent angle. So I'm trying to keep you above 40 degrees as much as physically possible.
All right. The landing angle,
so here, if we can get it steeper, brilliant, but 40 degrees at your sort of ball speed is pretty good. So if we can keep it north of that, we're in a great spot. There we go. There's another great one, right? 117 ball speed, launch it a fraction higher, 43.7 land, 83 feet of height.
That's brilliant.
So when we come from sort of like yours here that's 70 feet, 41 land angle, which is your 6 hybrid, to where we are here, which is 80 feet. So because it carries a little bit more speed, ultimately it should get to a little bit higher peak height, or if not the same. So we found a little bit more peak height and a steeper land angle and a very similar spin, but we're shifting that ball another 15 yards further down the fairway.
Yeah.
So when you look at the gap in there, your 6 hybrid is 26 degrees. This is a 7 wood at sort of 21. Is there space for something in between? Probably not massively.
No.
Right? At 15 yard gap in, you'd be quite comfortable and say that's you done, sensible. But you know, there's loads of par 3s at 170, right? We need to find a golf club that does what this does, which is lands and stops quite quickly. That's only got sort of 7 yards of roll on there.
Yeah, I can name you 3 at Garforth.
Which is really good, right? I like that shaft. It feel better than the previous one?
It does, yeah.
If we look at the difference between the two, it has found a little bit more spin. It's found a little bit more peak height as well. Yardage wise, there's a yard in it, so you've not benefited in terms of distance, but what we have done is we found extra function, so that higher height that the ball's climbing to and a fraction more spin just means they're your controlling factors of the golf ball when it hits the ground. We don't want to find you huge amounts of yardage.
No.
If we do, it just causes problems at the top end of the bag, and then what do you put in there anyway? So it's just, in fittings, you shouldn't always try and chase distance, you should try and chase function and performance.
Yeah.
That has better function and it will then give you better performance because
I do like
spinning
those.
more and going
Those two
higher.
numbers are perfect.
Try a couple more chefs.
Okay.
Don't want to tire you out too much, but either or, right? You could go into either one of those two shafts and find yourselves in a very, very good spot. So next one, I'm going to go Dymana BB 53 Reg. So a nice lightweight one. There's a trend going here for you, Dave, right? Nice and light. Keep you moving it quick.
Getting old, you see.
We're all getting old. Every second of every day.
It's better than the alternative, they say. Another off balance strike, Chris, but went well.
Decent.
Yeah.
How does the head look for you, by the way?
I like it because I was expecting the head to be bigger with it being a fairway club, but it's more the size, just slightly bigger than a hybrid, really.
Yeah, but it's quite typical that actually when you go through sort of fairway woods, what you'll notice is they do get smaller as you go into more loft.
All right,
just
okay.
marginally. And again, it's that functionality at this sort of loft and this sort of club, you're still going to want to try and use it at semi rather than things like that, more adverse lies to a 3-wood, which obviously doesn't have the loft. So to make it more forgiving, they'll obviously increase the size of the club's footprint, and that enables it to lower the spin, get the ball moving forward, etc. But usually sort of 7-woods, 9-woods will be marginally smaller and more compact.
So you tend to use this at a semi-rough because, I mean,
well,
I spend a lot of my time there.
It's still very, very functional, just like a hybrid, right? And I think where people have been misled over time is that what people don't realise is fairway woods hit the ball higher than a hybrid.
Okay. A little bit
They
tawy.
will physically launch the ball higher and hit the ball higher with potentially more spin as well. So when you look at the sort of categories of golf clubs, sort of like your fairway woods are the highest, then your hybrids, then your irons are the lowest ball flight, depending on obviously what lofts you put them in. But if you had everything equal, and it's because a fairway wood will produce more speed, right?
Got you.
It produces more speed, it's going to climb on that arc a little bit higher.
I just caught that off the toe.
Yeah. Even still, like the first one had less ball speed as well, and because the stiffness in the tip in the BB, you're just seeing it wants to curve off a little bit more to the right than we'd want to see. Lost a little bit of yardage, but that's down to the ball speed and potentially a strike, but it's not any better, and it's not starting as straight. It's definitely between the GX and the TPT.
I think, well,
you prefer the TPT.
I do, yeah.
Fine. Right. Just a couple more with this, and then we'll try a few different heads and some bit of tweaking. Nice strike again.
Yeah.
Little pulled, little low, but that's fine. It's just 10 mil out the heel, so it's not a big problem.
How do you know that? Where does it say that?
Just in the middle there.
Oh, all right.
Minus
Mine's
10
10.
millimetres left.
Still not bad numbers, really.
No, really
Say it
good.
were a bit of a mistrike.
Lovely shot.
Thank you.
Right, should we go pop a grip on that one and
Yeah.
try some heads? Right, so we got that new grip on.
Yep.
Just a mid-size MCC.
Yeah.
Really nice flight that, Dave.
Yeah.
Lovely shot. Again, that one's marginally through the heel, but we've still got lovely height, lovely distance, landing really nicely. So, grip feel good?
It does, yeah.
Right, should we try a few different heads? So, that was Wilson Dynapower Max. Really, really great fairway wood for us this season. Giving off a load, its initial launch is really good, looks well at address, really clean, spins nicely as well for this.
A lot
sort
of people
product.
ignore Wilson, don't they? A lot of people.
Yeah, we've had great success with it this year. It looks great. It performs really, really well against everything. And I think when you look at it at address, it's nice and clean. I personally quite like the way in which they've done the grooves on the face. They've got the whites on the either side and the black through the middle. Just dresses the ball really well. Helps you concentrate on where you want to hit it. Yeah, it's just really good. It's a lovely fixed fairway wood, right? Really, really nice. Loads of spin. So for guys,
I wasn't
looking
laughing at you. I
woods,
was laughing at him because I knew as soon as the word concentration came into the conversation, it'd be.
Yeah. Well, I really like this one because for 7 woods, typically you're trying to gain some spin, get that control, and this really delivers on that. So
No, I like
really,
it.
really good
It's
one.
nice.
So next one, we're going to jump into Strixon ZXI. Again, I'm very, very impressed with this one this season. Again, a really nice, small, compact head. Very, very clean. matte finish instead of the gloss in the Wilson. So sometimes that can change people's orientation on it. But personally, I really, really like the look of this one as well.
Is this head smaller than that?
Marginally. I think the finish also helps with that perception, but it is marginally smaller. Definitely heel to toe.
But you're right with the finish. The finish does make it look a bit smaller.
Just a little bit smaller.
However, that's probably not an issue, more of an issue, because in the past with smaller heads, I've tended to concentrate a little bit more. Haven't I, Chris? Just caught that a bit behind. Still gone though.
Yeah, nicely out. Lovely shot.
Thank you.
You can see it's physically just coming out a little bit lower.
Yeah.
Ball speed's there, and also you're starting to swing it a little bit slower as well. Could just be the head weight, just how it's orientating on the shaft and the balance and so on. But you see, footage-wise, you're down at 66 feet, landing at 37, much flatter, more forward. So that's not what we're trying to achieve here.
I'm going to say that's really not what we're looking for, is it?
But a lot of people would stand there and go, oh, that's a brilliant 7-wood because it's gone longer.
91, yeah.
And that's not what we want, because all of a sudden there you've got sort of a longer distance between your total distance at 191 and where the 6 hybrid was at 160.
Yeah.
Like all of a sudden you've just broadened that gap and it's not playable.
I've already got a really good club that goes about that distance.
And this is where so many people have issues. They hit one and they go, oh, that's really good and it's gone a long way. But actually, what's it trying to do? Ask that question. You know, when you're out there trying golf clubs, what is the club that I'm trying meant to do?
Yeah.
And this is not meant to do that. This has got to be shorter, higher, softer.
There's a lot of people who do talk about the fact that people are leaving gaps way too big at the top of the bag. You know, 7-9, 8-9, 9-9, etc. They've got it to about, I don't know, 10, 11 yards. Top of the bag, you've got something like 30 yards between your final hybrid and a fairway wood that you're looking at, which, as you say, is absolutely no good.
It can be too broad, right?
Yeah.
Definitely. Again, great ball speed.
Yeah.
You can just see that flatness in the flight.
Just a lot lower.
14 launch, we were up at 16s, 17s before, and it's just coming down too low.
Yeah.
Okay. So again,
and
that function of trying to hit something at a green.
Yeah, although it is a similar distance, it's really quite consistent with the numbers, but they're not the numbers that we're looking for.
No. So, probably our most popular 7-wood this year, to be brutally honest. The G440 Max, phenomenal thing, lovely, narrow, sort of flush profile, quite flat through the sole as well. People like it because it has got a larger footprint. It does look more inviting for people who love fairway woods.
Ooh, felt nice.
Nice again. That's the lowest launch you've had, 12.7. Interesting, isn't it? Like I said, one of the highest spinning, higher launch ones in the Wilson is doing a very good function for us. Yeah. That one, you can see it's got a nice amount of spin, bit of a low strike, but it just came out really, really flat.
Yeah. That height of 62 won't really do.
No, it's 18, 20 foot lower than where we were with the Wilson, right?
Yeah. I heard something right on the top of my topswing.
You'd have been rubbish at the Ryder Cup days. Yeah, again, just not giving us the flight that we want.
Lower.
And I think it may be that as you're starting to look at sort of like the different looks and so on, you're trying to do something different. But I just think that we've had a very, very good result in the first one, and we're going to probably struggle to get through that.
Yeah.
So GT2.
Thank you.
So great offering from Titleist, this one. Again, nice small compact head, gloss finish, just like the Wilson.
But a typical Titleist looking club head.
That was nice.
Yeah.
Lovely shot. Not too bad, still a fraction low for what I want to see.
Yeah. Is that because my swing's slowed down slightly, or?
Potentially, there's definitely scope for that in there, but it's not like we're at 77 there. We started at 77.2 and you're at 76.7. Like you've moved half a mile an hour.
All right, it's not going to make that much difference.
No. You're not that old yet, Dave.
Nah, it's still low, isn't it? Yeah.
QI 35. Okay. So again, another fixed one. We haven't had a fixed head since the Wilson. So this is a QI 35 Max. Again, nice big footprint.
It's a different looking club, but TaylorMade's usually are. So.
Yeah, TaylorMade, great product always. Always a good fairway wood in the bag. Nice.
Yeah.
At least the launch is back up there. I know that's a marginal pull, but that launch is well up into 17 degrees, up at 80 feet again. Good carry at once. And again, that's really shrunk down that carry to total distance.
Yeah.
The ball's not moving as much on the floor. So very, very good. Nice 42 land angle.
Again, similar height, I think. Maybe slightly lower.
Bit flatter, yeah.
Yeah.
Not too bad.
No.
I like it. You struck it pretty decent. Loads of ball speed. Initial heights back up and launches back up.
Yeah.
And obviously the ball's then landing nice and steep. Different profile to the way you hit the Wilson, right? Let's throw the Wilson back on so we can have a direct comparison. Nicely done. Bit flat that one.
A little bit lower.
But again, you've hit like a little pull draw on that.
Yeah. Oh, that's awful. Forgiving though, go away with it.
Exactly right. It's got up there still.
Yeah.
Got a couple more. There we go.
That's the one.
Back in the rim with that one.
Yeah, nice.
I think this is the one where I'd finish.
I agree.
We'll do, just to double check, get you to whack a few just off the turf, just so you can see what it's like. Nothing like finding your wanting, right, Dave? So all the sites have a grass tee. So for us, it's just that sort of like final bit that obviously if the weather holds and so on, gives you that ability to hit something off turf so that you can see how that club interacts, you can feel it, you know exactly what it's going to do when you go out and play, because as great as mats are, and really good mats are phenomenal, there's nothing better than a bit of turf. And you don't get that indoors, right? So
that's the kiddie.
Lovely shot. Nicely done, Dave. That's nice.
Yeah.
Again, just a little bit of heavy contact,
Yeah,
club marginally before the turf, but you can witness it here for yourself. It's not the mat saving you. The club's just sliding nice and quick across there. It's
nice
doing a good job.
Yeah, I like that.
Right, there we go. Little Wilson Dynapower.
Good stuff.
Happy days.
Love it.
Right.
So guys, a fantastic fitting there from Lawrence as always down here at SGGT. That 7 wood is certainly going to be a great option for Dave in his bag, because you can see even with changing that shaft, getting that little bit longer, it got Dave the launch, it got him the landing angle, but more importantly it got him that distance, because there's a lot of par 3s at Garforth where Dave still struggles, and you will see on scorecards that every single week that he sends me there's always a double on one of those par 3s, but this could be the club. But if you're looking for clubs at the top end of your golf bag, or even irons or even wedges, then make sure to check out SGGT for your fittings this winter. We'll see you again very soon.